So let us continue. So we stopped at the point where the 11G installation is being proceed. So now the installation got complete and it is asking to execute the two scripts which we commonly do. And the second one is U01 or 11G root.sh. Done. So now that our 11G installation got completed, okay. So now beginning with the first step of cloning, RMAN cloning, we need to connect to the database which is running on the production server, and our database is basically using SP file, you can see here. So we are going to create a P file from it. So this we are going to do it as a first step. And if you go to Oracle home/dbs location where the P file got created, so you can see that P file here. So we are going to do SCP of this P file to the other server. So the server is 192.168.120.0.1 or 11G DBS, and I want this database name as testdb. So that is the reason I am using the P file name as init testdb.org. So what we are doing is the P file of the production server, we are going to copy that to the test server with the name of the test database itself. And here first I am setting bash profile settings. Okay, and I'm just verifying whether P file was copied or not. Yes, you can see the P file is copied. So what we are going to do as the second step is we are going to open this P file with vEditor and we are going to do some changes. So the changes are like this. So wherever you see prod.db, you are going to replace that with the testdb. So that is the change that you are going to do. So for that I am using the command %s. That means I want to replace a string / what is the string you want to replace, prod.db, to which name you want to replace, that is testdb, and /g represents global. That means in entire file I want to change this. So the moment you say enter, you can see wherever earlier you saw prod.db, everywhere it was changed to testdb. So this is what we are going to do in this P file. And apart from that, we are going to add two parameters here. One is called db file name convert. So what is basically this db file name convert is, on the production server I am just verifying where my data files, redo log files and all are existing. So if you look at on the production server, the files are existing in U01 or data prod.db except one control file which is residing in fast recovery area. So what we are going to do is, when you take RMAN backup and when you clone that, normally RMAN backup will look at this particular location. So on this test server also, it will look for the same location, that is U01 or a data prod.db. But on the test server, we don't want the directory name to be as prod.db. Rather, we want the directory name to be like this, U01 or a data test.db. So that means if the directory structure is different between the production server and the test server, then we are going to use this command db_filename convert. And here, this is what we are going to write down. First, we are going to write down prod.db location, of course in single quotes, and then the test.db location. So similarly, the above one is for data files. So next we are going to write down for data files and for redo log files and control files. So these are the two parameters that we need to add. So once it is done, you are going to save the file and you are going to create the necessary directories. So you need to say cat, and all these directories are not existing. So we need to create them using mkdir-p command. So -p, as you know, it is going to create directories and subdirectories. So these are all the things that you need to do. So these steps, if you recollect, are exactly same like when we are doing manual database creation. So in manual database creation also we are going to follow the same steps, like first copying the p file, then changing the p file, then creating the necessary directories and all. So similar steps we are going to follow here also. So now that your p file is ready to support the test.db instance, so now as a second step you need to configure the listeners and first you need to configure the password file. So on both sides you can have password file. So I am creating one password file here. I am giving the password as sys123. So whatever the password file that got created, again I am doing SCP of this password file to the other server. Into DBS location, but with the name parapw testdb. So and come to the other server and make sure you got that password file or not. Yes, we got the password file. So these are the steps, and next you are going to configure listener and TNS names on both sides. So for that I am invoking So first I am creating on this test server, I am creating one listener and TNS names, and for that I am invoking netca through VNC viewer. So first I am creating a listener. So I am going with all the default values. And next I am creating one listener, sorry, TNS names. And these TNS names I am creating it first for test DB. So totally we need to create two TNS names. One is for test DB and second one is for prod DB. So which is there on other instance. So now you can do the same thing over there on the other server also. So here also you can invoke VNC viewer. You can check by going to network admin. So in network admin, if you see listener.ora, that means it is there, or otherwise it means that it is not there. Okay. So here it seems listener.ora is already existing. So I'm just opening it. Okay. So listener.ora is already existing here, and I'm verifying whether listener is up and running. No, listener.ora is there, but listener is not up and running. So I am starting the listener. Okay. But actually we need to do some settings over here. So we need to add the SID list. Why? Because here you can see it is saying listener is started, but listener is not supporting any services. So what we need to do is we need to add the SID list. So I'm taking so I'm stopping listener. So to this I am going to add SID list, and I need to do some changes, so which we have discussed in networking with Oracle. So here, instead of host name, it is better to give IP address, and here we don't require global name. We need to just mention Oracle home location, and the SID name. So SID name here is ProdDB. So we need to mention that. So once you do the changes, I'm starting listener once again. Okay. There is some syntax error, it seems. So mostly syntax errors and all will come because of spaces and all. Okay. So now if you look at listener started successfully, and earlier it has shown that it is not listening to any service, but now it is listening to ProdDB service. So this is what we need to do, and we require TNS names. So I am just copying it from the other machine. So these two TNS entries, we need to just copy them to the production server, or from production server you can copy them to the test server, so whatever it is. And already ProdDB entry is there, so I am just removing that entry because otherwise it will be duplicate, and then save this. And how you changed the SID list on the production side, you need to change, or you need to add this SID list to the test environment also. So here also I need to just insert that, but here the name is not ProdDB, it is testDB, and we need to remove this line and change this from host name to the IP address. Because we did some changes, we need to stop and start the listener on the test side also. So here also you should see a message that it is listening to test database. And the next check is, from here you need to say TNS ping ProdDB, it should work, and you need to say TNS ping testDB, it also should work. You can see both the places it said OK message, and from here also you need to say TNS ping ProdDB, it should work, and TNS ping testDB, it should work. So with this we can confirm that the network between these servers is fine. So any queries regarding this network configuration steps?
So we have to give the always SID listed to the listeners, right? If no service is there. Huh? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hey, sorry, I just got a call. Yes, please, Sanjay, I think you are asking something.
Yes, one.
Yeah.
Actually, in the listener, we have to add the SID list, right? Is it
Yeah.
mandatory for that if no service is there?
It's something like this. Actually, if you add that particular SID list, that listener will listen to that particular database only. Or otherwise, what happens is if you create multiple databases, then the same listener will talk to all the all the databases. And
So only for
sometimes,
the particular database is we have to give that one, right?
yeah, right. If you want one listener to listen to a particular database, then we need to give this. Or otherwise, what happens is, if you create 4 databases, then the same listener will listen to all the 4 databases. Now, normally, when you work, when users connect to the server and all, it won't create any issue. But in especially RMAN cloning and all, we identified that this is going to create some issue. So that is the reason we are going to specifically add that SID list part.
Okay.
Got it?
It's okay.
I mean, if you are not doing cloning, you don't require to do it. You don't require to add SID list. But if you are doing cloning, it is required to add that SID list.
And before you install again the Oracle database, right? That is only for the test DB, or
Yeah,
while
that
you
is
install again the software.
yeah, that is only for the test DB. We have installed the fresh software.
Okay, that is only for testing purpose for the cloning.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So any other queries from anyone? Okay. So let us proceed with the next step, that is taking RMAN backup. So we are going to take RMAN backup. Sorry. Yeah, we are going to take RMAN backup, and through which we can do the things cloning. But one thing that we missed out is to take RMAN backup, our database should be in archaeolog mode. So my database, you can see here, it is in no archaeolog mode. So I am enabling archaeolog mode here. So I am placing, I am creating one location, U02 archives, and I am saying alter system set log archive dest1 equals to location equals to U02 archives and scope equals to both. Now, because we have added this archive destination parameter on the production, we need to add the same thing in development, test also. So we have p file here. If you remember, we need test db.ora. So we need to open it, and here also we need to add that line. So log archive list1 equals to location equals to u02 archives. And not only that, we need to create the directory also, u02 archives. And now shut down the database. Of course, when you go to real time, this is not required, because by default production databases will be in archaeolog mode. So here I forgot to place that in archeolog mode, and that is why we got this issue. So I'm enabling archeolog mode. Open. So I'm just verifying whether archeolog mode is enabled or not. Yes, it is enabled. So now we are going to take RMAN backup. Okay. Sorry. So I'm taking full database backup, including archeologs also. So now the backup got completed, and the backup has stored in this location. So if you go to that location, you can see these are the backup pieces. So what we are going to do is, as a next step, we are going to create the same location here also. So we just say mkdir-p, whatever the location where the backups pieces are residing, the same location we are going to create here also, because after creating this we are going to copy these backup pieces. So one thing what that RMAN requires is, you require those backup pieces to be copied to the same location. Means wherever you have taken backup on the production server, on the test server also the directory structure should be same. or the backup location should be same. If not, RMAN will not be able to detect your backup pieces. So that is the reason on the target side also we have done that. So we are just copying the backup pieces.
The first recovery area, that location is a default one, or did you create it?
Sorry, can you come once again?
The first recovery area location is the default one, or did you create
Yeah,
that
it's
custom?
the default one. Whenever you take RMAN backup, it will by default go to fast recovery area.
So whenever we make a RMAN, it is a default one.
Yeah, right. Okay. So CP command is to copy within the same server. Suppose you want to copy a file from U01 to U02. So within the same server, you would be using CP command. And if you want to copy across servers from one server to another server, you would be using SCP command. So now that copy is done, so almost we are set ready for the cloning step. So we are going to invoke RMAN. So here also I am doing the setting, otherwise we will get can't open target error. So we need to say RMAN target sys and its password. If you remember, I have given this password in the password file, and you need to say prod_db. Then you need to say auxiliary at testdb. So auxiliary database is nothing but the cloned copy of the target database, and target database is nothing but the production database, or from where you are going to do a clone copy. So when you type this command, so basically using RMAN, you are connecting to both the target database as well as auxiliary database. But before this, we have one step. So we need to export our Oracle SID to testdb, and because we have already P file ready, we can place the test database instance in no mount state. So after placing that in no mount state, then you can run this RMAN command. So here you can see it's saying it is connected to target database. So our target is prod_db, and it has also connected to auxiliary database, that is cloned copy, which is testdb. But the test database is in no mount state. So here we are going to use this command in order to do the cloning. So this is the command which will do the cloning. Duplicate target database to test DB, no file name check. So here you are asking to duplicate the target database. The target database is prod.db to test.db, no file name check. So no file name check means you don't, you are asking RMAN to not check any file names. So the moment you invoke this, it will do the entire cloning. And if you get any errors and all, you need to resolve why you got that error and all. So first it is going to restore the control file, and now you can see it is restoring the data files. So we got some error. It's saying not all data files have backups that can be recovered to SCN, so and so. No backup of data file on form. Okay. It could be some because of some other reason, but ultimately the steps are same, and the command is also same. So when you practice, it will work. Here it could be because of some other reason. So any queries? So once you run this command, it will do the cloning, and also it will open the new database like your test database here. So even it will clone it, and it will make it ready for the user access also. So we don't require to do any extra steps, in order to make it up and running. So anyone is having any queries? User access. Okay. User access means I didn't get you. You mean to say this command, RMAN command?
No problem. Just now you said that after completing everything, this one cloning will be appear.
This one, right?
The database will be appear.
Yeah, once it is done, because we got an error here, I could not able to show that. But ultimately, you will get a message that database is open if it is success.
Okay. So after that is finished.
Yeah, that's it. Once you run this command and everything is successful, then it's finished. That's it. We have, because we have some issues here, right? But once you run that command, that will be fine. That's it.
Okay.
Yes, funny. Because you are doing cloning, the same users, same tables, same data, everything will be same here also.
If we got any error in the cloning process, did we submit any documentation to the managers?
Usually we don't do that because it is not required. Ultimately, if it is a very critical error that you have really worked on and you achieved a solution, then you might be doing a documentation of that. But for regular errors, small errors and all, you won't do this.
Okay.
And one more thing is regarding this RMAN cloning, I have a doc in my blog also. I mean, if you want to follow a document, so if you go to my blog and this important docs, there will be a document uh, which talks about cloning. So this one, RMAN cloning using recovery catalog. So whatever the cloning we have seen is without recovery catalog. So even when you have recovery catalog, you can do that. So this document basically talks about that. So probably before practice, you can once again watch this video and you can go through this document and then you can start the steps. So any more queries from anyone? So let us try to see this once again tomorrow in a fast mode so that we will see how it will be successful and I will debug this error and tomorrow we will see how it will be successful. So that's it for today. So thanks everyone for joining the call and tomorrow we will meet at the same time. So thank you and have a nice time till then.